How's it going, everyone? Jay here with LMR.com. In today's video, we'll be going over a quick and easier way of removing your front lower control arms for all 2011 to 2014 S197 Mustangs. Replacement of the front lower control arms is needed from time to time. This can include normal wear and tear, or even damage from a front-end collision. Typically on the V6 and the GT applications, you'll want to pull the steering rack forward to gain access to the front bolt. But in our case on this GT500, while removing the rack bolts, we ran into an issue on the oil cooler housing. Because of this problem, the service manual will suggest that on GT500s that you will actually have to raise the engine to complete this task. We will go with a bit of an untraditional process for the removal because of the oil cooler interference. Come to find out, this process will actually save you a ton of time. The steps we'll be taking will apply to the V6, GT, and even you guys with the GT500. The original service time calls for 1.7 hours per side, but this method will cut this time in half. Today in the shop we'll be working on my 2012 GT500. This car is nearing 200,000 miles, so it is past due for inspection of core suspension components and possible upgrades down the road. Some of the tools you'll need will be a lift or a jack and jack stands, a complete socket set, a 3/8 or 1/2 inch impact, a breaker bar, a hammer, and some assorted pry bars. If you're using these steps in this video, make sure to fully remove and install the new control arm before moving to the other side. To begin the removal, start by lifting the vehicle and remove both front wheels. Be sure the steering wheel is straight and in a locked position. Remove the outer tie rod nut by using an impact and your 18mm socket. Next, strike the outer edge of the knuckle while applying light pressure with a pry bar. Once this is free, we can move to the inner tie rod boot. Loosen and remove the outer clamp. To gain access to the front bolt, you can turn your steering wheel to the right if working on the driver's side control arm, and when working on the passenger side, turn the wheel to the left. Doing this will allow the tie rod to move in to gain access to the front control arm bolt. Once this is out of the way, you can use an 18mm socket and remove the front retaining bolt. You will need to move the inner tie rod assembly around a few times. This will be a very tight fit, but using this method will save you time and you'll be able to remove the bolt out from this area. Next, using a 21mm socket or wrench, remove the rear nuts on the K-member bolts. Next, we can use an 18mm socket and a 15mm wrench to remove the pinch bolt and the jam nut from the ball joint area. Pull down on the lower control arm between the spindle and the ball joint to free this. Now you can remove the arm from the K-member. Using a pry bar, dislodge the arm from the K-member. Before moving to the other side, reinstall your new arm and reconnect your outer tie rod. Now you can repeat these steps for the other side. Alright everybody, we hope this video has helped you have a better understanding of how to remove your front lower control arms for your S197 Mustang. Overall, this one should roughly take you about an hour per side, depending on your skill set. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to keep you up to date with all the new tech info we release. As always, make sure to keep it here with the real Mustang enthusiasts at LMR.com.